As we prepare to receive Rev Todd's message, this is a beautiful song by Daniel Namod, and it's about standing in witness to the glory of God, who we are meant to be on this earth. So I encourage you to sing along with me. You will have words to sing along. Let's take a nice big breath. And let us begin. This day is a witness to my sacred purpose, to all that I am meant to be. This day is a witness to my sacred purpose, to all that I am meant to be. Letting it in, letting it flow. I'm letting it go where it will go, and letting the power of your presence show the way. Letting it in, I'm letting you know, I'm letting you lead, that I might follow, being a witness to your presence every day. This soul is a witness to my holy purpose, to all that I am born to be. This soul is a witness to my holy purpose, to all that I am born to be. Letting it in, letting it flow. I'm letting it go where it will go, and letting the power of God's presence show the way. Come on, let it in. I'm letting it in. I'm letting you know. I'm letting you lead, that I might follow, being a witness to your presence every day. This life is a witness to my rightful purpose, to all that I have come here to be. This life is a witness to my rightful purpose, to all that I have come here to be. We're gonna sing, I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. Sing it for me now. I will bear witness to your love. Come on now. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. Let's do that again. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. Come on, let's affirm it again. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. We're gonna do that one more time. Make it good. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life.
I like that song. Hey, friends. Good morning. Y'all got to talk back. I can still hear you in the sanctuary.
Morning, Todd.
Thank you.
Love you, Todd. Glad you're there, and here, and up there.
At the level of spirit, we're all right here, right? We're all right here together. I'm wearing my new T-shirt today. I bought this when I was at the Unity Convention. Unapologetically inclusive.
Oh my goodness.
Unapologetically inclusive. And I'm challenged by that. And I got challenged today when I walked, everybody knows that I go to Banks Grill and eat my breakfast on Sundays. And I walked in and Muffin goes, "Are you not going to church today?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's wrong with this?" And she's like, "Well, you normally have on a nice shirt." I don't expect y'all to remember this, but last year on this Sunday, I wore another T-shirt that said Pride on it. And we went through the colors of the Pride flag and explained what those colors meant and how they, had something to do with this unity truth that we gather every week and we celebrate this truth of our being. And, the best laid plans, because I had in my mind what I was going to talk about today and what was going to come up. And then I don't know if y'all have noticed, but there are some things that happened in the world that aren't exactly comfortable that sometimes show up, like not continuing to be the embodiment of divine life and health that I like to believe I am all the time. Certain decisions made in the world that impact people I love, like what happened Friday with the Supreme Court. And I went back because, the title of today's talk is From the Rooftops. Right, from the rooftops. And this comes from Matthew 10. This is starts with verse 26. "For nothing is covered up that will not be uncovered, and nothing secret that will not become known. What I say to you in the dark, tell in the light, and what you hear whispered, proclaim from the housetops." Proclaim from the housetops, proclaim from the rooftops. That's what the direction I'm going is. I want to talk about what is it that we get to proclaim in this world? What is the truth that we know that we're invited to proclaim? Right, and then of course that whole roofs thing that takes me back a couple of weeks ago. I gave you guys an assignment, and if you haven't done it yet, this would be a perfect week if you've been feeling frustrated. Anybody feeling frustrated? One of the things I invited you to do was to use your barbaric yawp. Remember that? The barbaric yawp from Walt Whitman. This is from Sound of Myself. "The spotted hawk swoops by and accuses me. He complains of my gab and my loitering." Maybe you've been gabbing and loitering this week, talking about that which is wrong in the world. "I too am not a bit tamed. I am too untranslatable. I sound my barbaric yawp over the roofs of the world." There's something therapeutic about using that barbaric yawp and just giving out that guttural expression of confusion, of fear, of anger. And the truth is that we don't need to be afraid, right? We don't need to be afraid. The truth is that this Spirit of God, good love, is showing us what is true. It is showing us what is right and just. And it can be frustrating to know this at the spiritual level. It can be frustrating to know this at the level of spirit and to witness and see and judge unkindly that which we see here in the manifest world. right? Because sometimes we're not very kind. Sometimes we like to point fingers. We like to talk about how wrong people are, how they have not gotten this right. And see, the thing is that all is well at the level of spirit. All is not well here in the manifest world, because we are still learning how to align all of our faculties to bring together all of our disciples into one place and put them in one direction, and to lift up and bring down that Holy Spirit, that we might be the divine presence on earth. Right? We don't always get to do that. It's not easy. And so we have to do our practice. We have to pray. We have to meditate. We have to get clear on what is it that we know, because sometimes things get said to us in the darkness, right? Sometimes we don't have the spiritual understanding to know that which is true. And so we have to carry that into the light, right? We have to carry that into the light and be able to proclaim it. In order to really understand what this verse is telling us, that in saying to proclaim from the housetops, we have to understand that in the day of Jesus, in his time, the roofs were flat, right? We didn't have these pitched roofs. We had flat roofs, and the rooftop was actually another part of the living area, right? It's where people would go and they would dry their clothes when they did their laundry. And when they would gather food, they would dry fruits and vegetables. They would store wood for the winter up on the roof so it would dry out. This is a place that is lifted up. It is elevated above that which is in daily life. And in the evenings, you would gather on the rooftop, because that's where the cool breeze would be. And so you could enjoy being outside, even in the heat of that arid desert climate. People would go up on the roof to nap and to pray. And when they had an announcement to make, by going up onto the roof, everyone could see them, and you could behold who was there to deliver the truth, to deliver the news. Because, I don't know if you know this about Jesus, but back in those days, there were not newspapers or social media. You could not post what you wanted people to know on Facebook and have people know it, right? So somebody had to go stand on the rooftop and share the news. And so we get invited to live in this place, to pray and relax and nap, and to prepare ourselves for daily living by becoming accustomed to being in an elevated place in consciousness. This place that's above everything that's happening in the world, so that we might see the truth, that we might bring the truth that we have heard into the light. And that's a serious responsibility. It's a serious responsibility. I have to share with you all that I'm kind of heartbroken over not the decision that the U.S. Supreme Court came to this week, and they made a couple of decisions that I struggle with. But what is heartbreaking to me is that people are surprised that this has happened, because we throughout history have struggled with people trying to legislate morality and deciding what is right for you and what is right for you and what is right for other people, when we all have this indwelling truth, this inner call of Christ love. who is calling each of us into being. And what the Christ of my being is calling for me to come forth and to know and to stand in truth on the rooftop and to hold space for everyone else doesn't mean that that's what everyone else is called to do. So these decisions aren't surprising to me. And we will survive these decisions when we live from the truth of who we are. Because at this point, I have to tell you, nothing is surprising. It's not surprising to me that I was able to buy a T-shirt to celebrate Pride Month at the Unity Convention, and it says unapologetically inclusive. But I struggle with that because I don't know that unity is always unapologetically inclusive. Because sometimes we still like to other people, we still like to say that they are wrong because their truth isn't the truth that I know. Their truth isn't the truth that you know. See, last week I shared some information with all of you about the true history of the unity movement and the truth that Black students were not allowed to live on campus for a very long time as they came forth to study these truth teachings. And I've been living in this bubble thinking that I am part of the unity movement that openly embraces who I am as an openly gay man who seeks to remind people that they are an embodiment of love. And I like to think that unity's always been that way. But guess what I found out while I was at the convention? That's not always been true. Back in the 70s, I found out that the word came down from the unity leadership that the students that were about to finish in seminary, that word came down that if anyone was found out to be gay, that they would not be ordained by unity. Now, the 70s, right? That's not very long ago, right? And so for many, many years, Unity had this underground network that served gay and lesbian ministers and congregants that could not stand up on the rooftops and hold the truth that love is available to all of us. And it wasn't until the 90s, but can you hear this? The 90s, right? Less than 30 years ago, that a group of students were about to graduate from the Unity Spiritual Institute, and they were given an assignment. You must do something that will forever change the face of unity. And so to forever change the face of unity, the project they decided that deserved their attention was a program they called Okay to Be Gay. And they took on the leadership at Unity Village and made it okay for openly gay and lesbian people to become ordained ministers in this movement. Because people were willing to take a chance and to stand on the right side of truth, in the right side of history, I am able to serve a unity congregation today. And that makes me so happy that people were willing to stand in the truth and to be unapologetically inclusive, because when we know better, we do better. And so I come to this truth that just because something is legal doesn't make it moral. Just because something is illegal does not make it wrong or immoral. We all get invited into communion with the Christ of our being. And I don't know what God, good love is calling out for you to do, but I do know that it is calling for kindness right now. It is calling for kindness and love. And all of those people that we want to throw out, right, that we want to cast as other, we want to disparage against them because we feel attacked, we feel belittled, we feel separate from them. We have to know the truth. We have to be in that truth that stands on the housetop, that stands in this place of elevated consciousness above all of the rigmarole of daily life. And we have to be inclusive. Because everyone is worthy of love. Everyone is deserving to know the truth that God, good love, is expressing right now, individualized as you. This eternal breath of life is available to all right now. And so when things get kind of rough and things pull us away from this truth that want to, reach up and pull us down from the rooftop into the muck and into the mud, we have to stand firm. We have to stand in our truth. We have to know, right? We have to proclaim, as Charles Fillmore wrote, I am the Son of God. I came forth from the Most High. I have a great work to do, a duty to perform. I am here to do it. I must get busy. I must restore not only my own at divine standards, but be an example for all people. We get to be the example of inclusivity, no matter what separation appears. Because we know that we are the Son of God, and we know that each person we encounter is the Son of God, the daughter of God, the beloved child, manifest right now. And so when it gets hard, and it's going to be hard some days, right? Anybody have a hard time sometimes? Yawp. Yawp from the bottom of your being. Go out, if you're here in the Crystal Coast, go stand on the beach and yawp as loud as you can. Right? And if you're up on the banks of one of the Great Lakes, go stand on the banks of the Great Lake and yawp as loud as you can. Wherever you are, go stand under a beautiful sky and yawp. Let all that energy go so that you can be a channel for love. I love you, friends.
Thank you.
I behold the Christ as you.
I accept
Be well.
Wow. Thank you for your powerful message, Rev Todd. God is calling for kindness. And I like that. To stand on the rooftops as witnesses to the truth of God, we need to be brave enough to see God in each other. We need to be brave enough to see each other's worth and to know that each one of us needs to be seen. As you stand before me, I see you. Birds are fragile, yet they soar out in the blue. Let me be your shoulder you lean on. I can be an ear so you can tell all. There is more than enough love to heal all. I will honor, respect you, acknowledge and treasure you. You are a part of me that I long to know. I see you right to the very core of you. Oh, I see you. I will honor, respect you, acknowledge and treasure you. And I see you. The world can judge you or try to change you, but I see you. When thunders roll inside, it's easy to doubt your light, but I see you. Oh, I'll still hold you close as you fly high, and I accept you with grace. I'm a soft place to follow, and when you speak, I will listen. I will honor, respect you, acknowledge and treasure you. You are a part of me that I long to know. I see you right to the very core of you. Oh, I see you, and I will honor, respect you, acknowledge and treasure you. I see you. And if you would turn that one inwardly now and look at yourself, I see you, and say that to yourself. Right to the very core of you. I see you. I will honor, respect you, acknowledge and treasure you. And I see you.